Portals. Energy portals are casual moments where the energy vortices are created to allow the union of the higher dimensional planes with the lower ones. It's a union of different energy that converge at the spatial point. They can last days, weeks, months, or songs since they were created remains open permanently, like the 1111. It corresponds to the fourth dimension, with the name of Sirius, created on 01/11 of 1992, and which is currently is located on our planet. These vortices are created for the transmission of information, whether in the form of energy, channeling, light code, or increased vibrations. They also have the function of being created for the interventions of angels or archangels when they have a specific purpose. They occurs when it's a congress of two or three equal figures in the day, for example, the 3-3, the 5-5, the 10-10, or the most powerful currently, the master portal IM 1111. They can also be caused from the earth through the sacred geometry with the use of certain codes, that is, they are created from the bottom up. In general, these vortices are used by light workers to send low, negative, or contaminated energy to receive in exchange the energy already transmuted and clean to help with a specific task in humanity on the cure of a consultant. To connect with them is very important to be aware of the moment of their opening and perform meditation to rise up or frequency height enough to be able to vibrate in the same harmony with this portal and thus to be able to download the information or healing that each of them brings. In short, these days are very special because the energy planes overlap with the physical one where we live. Therefore, they are days we are very perceptive to information, to sensation. There is something in the air, mystical, magical, so perceived that it feels like can be touched. It is on these days can we can channel or receive a great amount of information, whether it's come from the universe itself, being of light, relative of acquaintances we have passed away, etc. Just as we are capable of receiving important information, everything that goes down also goes up. Therefore, we are capable of sending a lot of information ourselves. For examples, desires, dreams to be fulfilled, direct others, and even modification on our behavior or programming that's no longer serve us. Therefore, if you work with the different techniques, these are possibility can be carried out every day, but during the portals, with the correct intention and energy, will direct toward your objectives. You can not only modify things you consider negatives, but also receive certain information or help that will enhance everything positive. Portal dates cannot be considered just another day on the calendar. You must be understand that just like your computer, television, or a cell phone, with this application receive updates, these special days are updated for ourselves. And how does this happen? Simply through modification in our genetic strands that make us unique with our species. All the energy we receive enters through the crown chakra and descends to the heart chakra, anahata. From there, it's sent into the bloodstream. That's highway that's carried in its flow we have and how we feel and that moment. It connects with each of the nadis, energy points, and with organs. When this flow reaches the DNA, it performs the pertinent modifications that allow us to achieve the following changes: becoming more perceptive, awakening hidden gift, evolving spiritually, increasing our level of sensitivity toward humanity, receiving information that can only be transmitted on a very day, making change at deep level that manifests in the very little time. This is called miracles. Materialization of desires on this physical plane, thanking to the source directly, receiving blessing and protection from the loved ones and light entities such as angels, archangels, and high-ranking protective beings. Receive state of peace and calm unimaginable levels, sharpening all our senses, reprogramming habits and customs, possibility of with the beings of light that surround us, visualization of sacred geometry or symbolic representation useful in daily life, possibility to release burdens and emotions no longer compatible with the new version of being created, life code that modify the DNA through ourselves, perceiving the love that emanates from the source, the origin, the creator, God, the universe, or whatever you want to call it. The possibility of performing powerful rituals that increase the speed of manifestation of our desires, and even more secret for you to discover. If every time a portal opens, all this information arrives, things or everything you lose every time you let it pass. You can work on it a day before or a day after, perhaps a few days, because the energy remains open, but simply isn't the same. Create a space during the day and in the moment to connect with the portal when it's present itself. Now, let's also look at some ways to make the most of it, through recommendation and advice that, as much as possible, the more you apply, the better, since it will increase the degree of connection with effectiveness, whatever sense of receiving information, or even if you decide to remain in silence throughout the day. The universe has a perfectly open window to see that if you even decide to not interact, but you are aware that the portal is opening, the universe will always be attentive to your actions, intentions, desires, and that will make a great difference compared to those who continue their days as if it were just another day. Guidelines: meditate either with your own techniques or guided ones. Avoid the external noise, music, television, unnecessary events or social gatherings. Be grateful throughout the day, even speak to the source, expressing in the words. Ask for what you desire in the present tense, a give tense if we're already done. You can make a list of these desires, or I recommend a small one, about a maximum of 3 reachable goals to resonate with your inner selves. Write down a sheet paper what you wish to release, feelings, situation, negative habits, using a blue pen. Focus on what you write and then release it energetically. Detach from it as one leaves an object behind and walks away. Then burn it. The fire element transmutes energy and throw its ashes into the heart of water so can inflow and transform into another energy. Its final purpose don't concern us. Simply release it. Create a space of silence with your eyes closed for a good amount of time, without interruption, in a protected and soundproof personal space, without external disturbances, or into nature. Once the space is created and you are calm, you may receive information or even you visualize the symbol that will bring a great meaning to your life. Perform physical rituals with elements of the earth that attracts abundance, such cinnamon, flowers, lemon, bay leaves, honey, rice, green apple, and always accompanied by a candle. Light candles in each room of your home to show that your home is a space of light. Illuminate the darkened corners or areas where a little light reaches on a daily basis. These candles must always be lit with the matches, not with a lighter, okay? Because the matches create a natural fire, lighter create artificial fire. If we leave the home for a personal reason, extinguish them with your fingertips. Do not blow off out, or personal energy interferes with the fire element and spread and throughout the environment, modifying the transmutation and equilibrium already created. If you perform physical rituals and don't know the order, the method, or use, be silent. Listen your inner voice. The more you contribute, the more faith you have. Even your attention alone will be enough. The physical ritual becomes a merely a detail. Likewise, if you perform a large and complex physical ritual taken from an external source without proper intentions and convictions, it will not be effective. Be mindful of this. Naturally, we may be full of obligation and responsibility throughout the day, as they generally fall on weekdays. But we can always create a pauses, small spaces, or even suspend certain unimportant activities outside of what concern of health and work, such as sport practices, hobbies, learning courses, meeting with a friend, etc. Learn to give this aid the importance that deserve, and the universe will mirror it back to you. If you reject the open window, it will close. As within, so without. If there is something you want to say to a loved one what is no longer in this plane, it's a special day for it. Think about the message. Speak it normally. Trust. I assure the message arrived. If you are prepared and now in vibration and openness of your heart, some of you will capable of receiving the answers in whatever way you are able to recognize them. Some challenge, others see, others feels, and some perceive objects such as shapes, feathers, leaves, geometric forms, or something very special in a place that shouldn't be. Pay special attention to animals or insects that they approach, such as butterflies or hummingbirds, especially when they are reluctant to move away from us. Invoke the special protection for powerful beings of light, such as superior races that work the benefit of the humanity, like the Lion Urmas, Arthurian or Pleiadians, and Archangels or Ascended Master. It's also an optimal day to ask of our guardian angel by name. When you receive it, in whatever way this comes, one way to verify that this is not your own mind interfering is your heart. If the information is correct, it will be read here. Mentally focus on everything we no longer want in your lives. The fewer things we ask for, the more effective it will be. What we wish to release, we visualize in first or third person, in black and white, and see how it slowly moves away into the black background. It's become smile until it disappears, fading into the distance. Do not think about it again, not even in the following days. If someone asks, respond in present tense as something already resolved. Do not think about it again, not even in the following days. If someone asks, respond in the present tense as something already resolved. Focus on a maximum of 3 new habits. See ourselves performing them in the present tense and the benefits they brings. How I feel if I really were like this. How do you look? How do you others see me? I feel happy. Focus energy on the emotions. Give thanks and release. Keep your space, such as the home, and ourselves as physically and energetically clean as possible. That days avoid consuming drinks and food that they collapse our energy level, vice, alcohol, red meat. Outside of work environments, avoid contact with the people as much as possible. Portal days must be a day with the universe. You and it. Period. What is done in the day, any quantifiable action such as meditation, ritual, visualization should be done as privately as possible. Do not speak about with others, even with those who share your point of view and have the best intentions. Remember, you only control what happens in our mind, not in another. If you wish to share what you did, do so days later, when the energy can no longer be altered. It is also a day that can be used to thank the Mother Earth, Gaia, known as such in the world of metaphysics. Remember, that is our connection with her that allows to connect with the source. Remember the words of Jesus Christ, will not reach the Father if not through the Mother. That means that if we are not will root, it will be difficult to receive or transmit the information through ourselves. Be grateful again and again, constantly throughout the day, through what you write and your actions and your thoughts. Be grateful for everything you have, for the good that's arrived and for what is leaving, for that's coming will you improve us. What you are in the present allow us to connect with the source. And that's what is not so good were the most important lessons so far. And finally, release. Release and release everything that no longer vibrates with you when you no longer want to witness what feels useless. Ask the universe, your guides, ascended master, and then release. These beautiful days are often accompanied by different moon phases. They can greatly enhance the work we do. I left a video on my channel called The Moon. You can study there. Taking advantage of this portal is not a mandatory, but remember that it's not the same for someone who, out about 12 opportunity, use 6 or 2, as for someone who does all of them every year. If you truly want to change, to evolve, to make a true quantum leap, the universe offers this possibility repeatedly throughout the year. The doors is open. Will you dare to walk through them when the opportunity arrives? The decision is yours.